So here we are at episode 6 of The Terror, and things have just gotten worse and worse and worse. So the current captain is indisposed due to his recovering of his alcoholism and maybe something more. And the rations of the food is starting to spoil. Things are looking even more dire. And and so the person in charge has decided that obviously they're going to have to abandon both the ships, the Terror and the Erebus, and they're going to have to try and walk their way back to safety. So before letting the crew know, he decides that they all should have a big old party. So, in order to raise morale and get everybody's spirits up, which in its of itself is not a bad idea, but the results do not end up the way as hoped. So, one of the other things that was noticed is one of the doctors, not the main doctor, was noticing a sickness going around, and later on he finds out that of the food that is still good is causing lead poisoning to the men. So not only do they have are they running out of food, but the good food they have left is poisoning them. So the situation's even worse. So the biggest focus of this episode, in my opinion, was just how dire things were going and what happens to the mind of men, and particularly when things get incredibly desperate, when hope is lost. What happens? There was a particular scene where one of the characters reminisced of a similar situation, and he told, the second in hand, second in command, actually, just how close he came to performing a murderous act on another because his mind just went into a dark place. Um, so all in all, it's a solid episode. It's very interesting to see where this is going to go because of the events of this episode. This was actually an episode where things actually, as bad as they were, things got the worse. And we actually did see another scene where the Eskimo lady um, did show us a scene with her and the creature that's been attacking them. They haven't seen the creature for a while, so while they're not 100% convinced the creature is dead, um, we see for sure as an audience that it's not, but it's kind of chilled out. So we're trying to see exactly what's going on there and the creature's relationship to the lady. Um, and I'm sure that's going to pan out more in the upcoming episodes. So, anyway, like I said, a very strong episode. It's a very important episode because, like I said, things get from very bad to even worse. Um, and now the sun is starting to come out, even for a short amount of time, and they're going to have to make a long trek back to safety. So, anyway, solid acting, solid directing. Um, I honestly think that this show, even though it will probably last one season just for, or maybe two, just to see how it goes, um, probably win an Emmy in some sort of fashion for best costume, best acting, or best miniseries or something. But it's a very, very solid show. I recommend anybody who hasn't watched the show to start watching the show. I think you can go to AMC.com and watch from the beginning, or see it on demand on um, many different sites. Anyway, what were your thoughts on this particular episode of The Terror? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you like this review? If you did, hit that like button. If you want to hear more reviews from me on The Terror or Krypton or anything else I happen to be watching at the time. You can also hit that subscribe button. Uh, so that's it for me for now. Until next time, peace.